Hey guys, so I was filming this eye look, and if you haven't seen this video for this makeup look, I will post a link below of this video. And since I was doing a full face makeup look for this eye look, I want to go ahead and do a highlight and contour for you guys because I usually don't do all of that on camera. So I want to go ahead and do that for you, and I'm kind of going to talk through it because I normally don't really film this part of my makeup look, so I decided to go ahead and do that. Usually my eyes are already done, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply my foundation, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I just applied my liquid foundation, and you can clearly see that my skin tone is way different. It's clear, it's one tone, it's smoother and everything. So for my foundation, I basically use the MAC Matchmaker foundation in 7.5, and I go through this a lot because I make videos now, so I go through a lot more foundation than I would like to. But I love this foundation. I love the way it makes my skin feel. I love how it's not really greasy or oily or anything, and it matched my skin tone pretty much perfectly. So for my highlight and contour, so the products that I mainly really use to highlight and contour is my MAC Pro Concealer. I have other concealers that I do use, especially when I'm running out of my MAC, which I am. And I will do a video on like the difference between like all the concealers that I do use because I have a good bunch of concealers. And for my contour, I just changed it up because I know for my past videos I was using either my MAC Espresso eyeshadow powder or my BH Cosmetic contour palette. So I was never using a cream, but now I do use a cream. Well, it's a foundation. It's by MAC. It's actually in a tube. I didn't bring it in here, but they gave me a sample, and it's called Studio Sculpt, and the color is Nuss, I think. But they gave me a little sample, and I've been using this because I didn't want to open the new one yet until I finish this. And it's just like it's probably like 2 shades darker than I am. So I'm just gonna do that and just talk with you guys on how I apply everything. So for the highlight, I just take about I do take like 1 pump. I try to get a small amount, but it's the only thing I don't like about that concealer is it's kind of wasteful. So when I went to MAC, they have a new concealer out with the Matchmaster. They have a concealer that goes with that now, but they did not have my shade, so I have to order it. But with my concealer, I just go under my eyes and I bring it down because you do not just want to go under your eyes. That's not how you're supposed to. And the way I learned how to do highlight and contour is basically through YouTube. I follow or I'm subscribed to a lot of cool beauty gurus who do a really good job on their makeup, and I just watch and I just learn and practice. And also I follow a lot of talented people on Instagram, and you learn different tricks on there also. So this is my way of how I do mine, and it works for me. So I basically come under my eye and bring it down, and I come under my makeup and just even that out. That's why I never use tape, because I always even it out with my concealer. And I'll do that on the same side. And 1 pump for me is about enough. Sometimes it's a little too little, sometimes it's a little too much, but usually it's just enough. I do not highlight my nose anymore because I just feel like it's kind of, for me, an unnecessary step. And I do not really highlight my forehead either because those are areas that really get oily throughout the day. So I tend to oil a lot, and if I highlight, it makes it 10 times worse. I've noticed that. So I just bring this down also, and I also bring this kind of up on my nose here. And I do just take the leftover and I just do this, and then, you know, my cupid's bow here. But that's about it. I only highlight under, like, right here. So the next step, I take my fake like beauty blender. I believe I got this one at TJ Maxx. I'm not for sure, but to compare it to the Ulta one that I showed in one of my haul videos, it was horrible. The Ulta one, do not get that one. This one was like about $5 and it's perfect. Another good thing that I love, because you know how MAC have their Fix Plus spray, I believe that's what it's called. It's quite expensive if you really want to try it out and you don't like it instead of having to go out there to buy it. One thing that I really love is the E.L.F. Makeup Mist and Set Spray, and it's about $3 or $5 and it's really good. It's about the same quality as MAC, and I just spray my sponge and I get it nice and moist, because you don't want to use a dry sponge. And I start from the bottom and I work my way up. And I'm just blending in my concealer and making sure there's no harsh lines, and just blending it into my foundation. And see, and I also have like a natural like contour, because I haven't put anything for contour yet. And the trick to highlighting and contouring is about picking the right shades. Like I have probably 5 or 6 different shades of concealers, but they all work because you have to know how to play with them. And there's people that's always telling you, don't get too light, don't get too dark, and blah blah blah. Well, it's all about if you like working with it and playing with it. So for my contour, I'm going to go ahead into that MAC product, that MAC foundation, and I'm just using this like foundation concealer brush. I don't know who it's by, but I believe I got it from Target like a while back, Target or Walmart. So I'm just taking a little bit of this, because a little bit of this stuff goes a long way, and I'm just placing it for my cheekbones and my forehead, and I think I do a little on my nose. So I'm trying to make sure those two sides are even. I can never get them even, so that's why I'm just trying to make sure they're even. And I just place them on my forehead. I try not to do too much because it makes me look really weird up there. Because the first time I was using this product, I put too much on my forehead and I looked really crazy. And I also do some here right under the chin. This makes your chin looks really small. So right here, I don't go all the way, I just go like in. And for my nose, I just take whatever's left on this brush, I don't dip it back in, and I just put like a little bit on the sides of my nose, because I have like a little piggy nose, and I know my nose is big. Like at first I didn't, and then people started telling me, but that's it. Like I don't do anything else to my nose. So to blend in my contour, I have this like stippling foundation brush. It's really old, but I tried to wet it with the same spray and it kind of messed up my highlight, so I do mine dry. So I just come in and circular motions. And this stuff dries pretty fast, not as fast as the Pro Concealer, but it dries pretty fast because it's a foundation. It's like a cream, a liquid foundation. So it dries pretty fast, but not too fast. So you don't want to just like slowly do your makeup. You want to kind of put it on there and get going. And as you can see, it blends really well with my skin tone. And I'm just using this dry brush. I need to get a new brush because this one's pretty old, but for now it works. And for my nose, I just have this large eyeshadow brush, and this is from Ulta, and I just blend this out on my nose. So my camera died, but basically I just blend out those two lines, and that's it for my nose. And let's go ahead and get ready to set everything on my face. So the first thing I do is set my highlight, which I use my E.L.F. high definition powder, and I know MAC also has one, and other brands have one too, but I usually use this. I know people use that banana powder, I don't know, but I just use this. It works really good. So I just take a little bit on this complexion brush by E.L.F. also, and I just place it under my eye. It just seems like E.L.F. products work better with E.L.F. products, so that's why I kind of use the E.L.F. brush with the E.L.F. powder. And then I just take my finger and I dip it in the powder just to get under my eyes, like right under, because you don't want to use a brush and like poke your eyebrow, and I have on contacts, so that's really bad. And this keeps your eye, your concealer and everything else from really creasing like really bad. And if you like to place like eyeshadows under your waterline and everything, you can always take a little bit of primer and put it under there and hit it with some eyeshadow. So for my foundation, I use the MAC Studio Fix foundation, and the brush that I use is the 150 by MAC, and it's a really fluffy brush, and I put some on there. And the color of my foundation is NW43, and I kind of put that on before I do my contour. I don't know, I just feel like it just helps blend everything out before I do my contour. Okay, and then for my contour, I have two choices, like my BH Cosmetic palette or my eyeshadow from MAC. I'm going to go ahead and use the BH Cosmetic color palette that has like the blush and the contour and highlight, and I'm just going to take that contour powder and just set my contour. And I'm just using a little because of this makeup look. I really want it to be like light, and I totally forgot to do that on camera to blend out my neck. So all I did, you guys, is take that same dry brush and just blend that contour out that was on my neck. I guess when my camera died, I just like forgot to tell you guys. And I'm doing it also on my forehead. And I'm really not going to put anything on my nose because I already put my foundation there, so it doesn't really matter. And that's it, guys. That is like my full highlight and contour like routine. I basically do that for most of my looks. If I really want a really dramatic like contour, I do more powder, not more of the foundation. But for my highlight, if I really want my face to like really show, I would highlight my nose and my forehead and everything. But lately, I've just been doing under my eyes and everything. So I hope you guys like my highlight and contour routine. And I'm going to also do a video with other concealers that I use, just so you can have a different choice in brands and options and colors and things like that. So I hope you guys like this video. Bye, guys.